guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, you are here today because you know that I've been a proud member of the Crusaders Haters Club since 2006, right? And yeah, literally, this was the first game in my entire life I actually genuinely wanted Crusader to win because old mate James O'Connor, Rabbit, is at 10 starting for the first time for the Crusaders tonight. I thought, hey, this will be a walk in the park for him. And this was a bad performance by the Crusaders. And maybe I should support more of the Crusaders so they can keep losing. This was actually, yeah, I think if you're a Crusaders faithful from Christchurch, yeah, this would be very disappointing. This was an outstanding performance by Moana Pasifika. Just physically, the Moana Pacifican team bullied the All Blacks all around the field. In the Crusaders side, you have, you know, Adi Savea, you have Tuala, Tatafilo. They're all just bumping over the Crusaders players, and they're like All Blacks players, right? Like Ethan Blackadder, you know, Scotty Barrett, getting just bumped over like little children as they rumble through try after try, absolutely physically bullying the Crusaders team. And this was, yeah, if you're a Kiwi, I am really sorry. This was just brutal to watch, to be really frank with you. Adi Savea, outstanding, very just last week, last round they play against the Chiefs, and Adi Savea wasn't on the field, and you can see that the Moana Pasifika was playing at a much lower level. There was literally a lack of leadership on the field. They did pull back in the second half a little bit, but it was, yeah, you can see that the team was lost for a large part of that game. This game, everybody was in sync with the captain himself, Adi Savea. And there was moments where I felt like just a little bit of Richie McCaw on the field inside Adi Savea. Like the ability for one person to rally everybody around you, to put the team into just that, you know, hugely stepping up another level. Very few players can do that in any, you know, in world rugby. Adi Savea and Richie McCaw was the great at it in the world, and Adi Savea tonight gave me a bit of Sir Richie feeling, warm inside my heart. This was outstanding, physical, dominant, just, yeah, an absolute, very like a machine. And I think a lot of fans will be very, I think he will be proud of this performance. This was just, yeah, I mean, he probably, yeah, I mean, I would put my hand up to say Adi Savea probably should consider to be the All Blacks captain this year after performances like this, like really lifting the team to another level. And I think that Scotty Barrett just hasn't done that for the All Blacks as a whole. Also, out of the playmaker, James O'Connor, I thought he did just the basic playbook stuff. You know, not many mistakes. Everything was done by the books. I thought the Crusaders was, yeah, almost looked like running training drills, because this almost reminded me of how England used to play under Eddie Jones, the way the Crusaders play tonight. Nobody was expecting anything after they passed the ball, right? So it's like, okay, let's just do, you know, 2 passes, crash ball. And nobody was expecting anything after the crash ball. Nobody was following up for a short pass, for an offload, for a pop off the ground. None of that. Pretty much none of that happened for the entire game, because everybody was just like, okay, let's set up for the next move, and nobody was focusing what was happening in front of it. So there were times, even James O'Connor himself make breaks, nobody was there to follow up. Like it was just like a very clear disconnect with how the players was playing tonight, and it was almost like, it was literally like watching them doing training drills. Like, okay, well, let's do this, and we're doing that next. We're doing that. We're gonna do, you know, back to the blind side after that, and nobody's actually looking at the opportunities that are created post contact, are created in these, you know, in the defense line, moving up and down with the rush defense and all that sort of stuff. Nobody's playing what's in front of them. Everybody's playing based on what's written down on a piece of paper prior to the game. This was a big mistake from the Crusaders. So it leads to a lot of the attack look very choreographed and very flat. Also, lineout was absolutely shocking. I don't think I've seen a Crusaders lineout this poor. So many stolen lineouts, like even just their own lineouts, knocking on the ball, or not like knocking, but like, you know, not handling them clean. This was Cody Taylor came on in the second half. Actually got a bit worse. I thought it would have been better. Got a bit worse in the second half as well. And yeah, there was only good thing I think was the scrummaging. Bit better in the second half of the Crusaders, especially when Tywani Williams came onto the field, look a bit better. But yeah, it's overall pretty disappointing if you're a Crusader fan. Now they did have a bunch of their super staff left in the foot court. You know, if you got Leo Willie, David Havili, Seth Reese, even Preston, the new guy, was all left resting. And Moana Pasifika seized the opportunity and made history tonight. I thought Moana Pasifika, in addition to all of that, the Moana Pasifika was really good at the breakdown. The Crusaders, despite having their All Blacks, they weren't really contesting the breakdowns like the Moana Pasifika players were doing. So they lost that battle pretty badly too. And then, defensively, Moana Pasifika was bumping over the Crusaders play because the Crusaders players were going too high into the tackle. They're wrestling the big boys starts running at them and just getting shrugged off. Whereas they need to go lower and shut down the legs pumping, and nobody in the Crusaders side was even willing to do that. I just, wasn't sure what is happening. It was really poor from overall. And Perugini's kicking game, I thought was slightly better than O'Connor as well. Longer, he was able to get better distance out of his kicking game. A bunch of 50-22s, opportunistic, and defended the kicking game much better as well in the backhand. But very poor from the Crusaders. I think it's preparation stuff. Let me know your thoughts on that. So let's have a look at the match stats out of that. 4 tries for the Crusaders to the Moana Pasifika 6. 388 run meters for the Crusaders, 381. 18 turnovers conceded. My goodness. Talk about losing the breakdowns. That is embarrassing. 18 turnovers conceded against Crusaders, only 8 against Moana Pasifika. 192 tackles made, 38 missed tackles as well. Just being bumped off left and right. That is shockingly bad. 146 tackles made for the Moana Pasifika, 26 missed tackles for them. Kicks in play, 17. Not much kicking game at all to speak it off. Whereas Moana Pasifika, 28. Sort of the average that you would expect. 1 missed goal kick from either side. 789 kick meters from Moana Pasifika to 467 from the Crusaders. There was pretty much no kicking game at all, to be really frank with you. 1 line-out loss, he says, for the Crusaders, but it was really rough. Lots of handling errors left and right. 3 losses from Moana Pasifika as well. But the fact that the Crusaders didn't lose any line-out doesn't mean they did better, because it was so messy from especially in the second half. Scrums, 3 for the Crusaders, 0 lost. 3 for the Moana Pasifika, 0 loss for themselves. But I think the Crusaders had 1 penalty from the scrum in the second half from Tywani Williams. 10 penalties conceded for the Crusaders. 1 yellow card for a cynical play right in front of the try line from Colin Grace, I think it was. And just literally jumped over the maul to kill the ball to save a try, essentially. Cynical, yellow card, 100%. 9 penalties considered for Moana Pasifika. Didn't have to resort to any of that sort to hold off the win. But pretty good result for them. So let's have a look at the performance of Moana Pasifika, the recap for the game. Right from the get-go, the captain himself, Adi Savea, puts the foot on the gas. 2 minutes in, Patrick Perugini kick a 50-22 line out drive, little backflip from the 9. Eventually pick and go. Adi Savea rumbled over for the first try. 7 points to 0. 6 minutes into the game, another Crusaders gets their penalty. They went for the line out. The line out more is probably the only thing that worked for the Crusaders. They just walled it through. The Moana Pasifika still needs a lot of work to defend that. They just get the first try on the ball, 7 points to 7. But outside of the maul, the Crusaders really didn't have too much going for them. 50 minutes into the game, Colin Grace got sent off for a cynical killing the ball in the breakdown. 60 minutes in the game, again, Moana Pasifika crashing in, piling in. Another pick and drive from Adi Savea. He ran into about 4 defenders and still spun around over the try line. Get the win. 14 points to 7. 20 minutes into the game, Moana Pasifika getting another 3 points. 14 points to 10. 24 minutes into the game, Moana Pasifika gets the Crusaders kick it straight. 14 points to 10. 24 minutes into the game, Moana Pasifika again just punching through, people getting bumped over left and right. There was a nice little flat pass to Toala, goes in from the halfback, goes in for the try. 10 points to 21. 34 minutes of the game, Moana Pasifika gets another one on board. There was a lot of forward momentum, another long pass. What happened here? Yeah, but eventually the ball went out to Offa, again, bumping over defenders, and then threw an inside ball to Peregrini. Peregrini goes in for the try. 10 points to 28 halftime. Second half starts 46 minutes into the game. Moana Pasifika kicks 3 points right away. Ticks the scoreboard up to 10 points to 31. 49 minutes into the game. Crusaders finally looking like they're building towards something with their reserves coming onto the field. They're building a lot of tight phases and eventually went wide. There was a Springer slips away from a tackler. He slipped in front of the try line and it's still like kind of like, grounding the ball on the line. 15 points to 31. 52 minutes into the game, there was another line out from the Crusaders who went for the maul. They tried to go for the maul, but the ball kind of like went loose. The ball like went loose on the ground, and Cody Taylor just swooped up the ball, ran around, and crashed through for the try. 22 points to 31. 62 minutes into the game, Crusaders struggling with a long line out. It was overthrown, and Moana Pasifika scooped up this one. Just lots of pressure piling in, and eventually Langi gets the outback ball, ran through from 3. He literally ran through again 3 players pretty much, and when scored the try. 22 points to 38. 65 minutes in the game. Again, really soft defense from the Crusaders. Lots of pick and go. Again, this was Patafilio. Picked up the ball, just bumping over grown men. 3 of them, probably 4, still dunked the ball over the try line. 22 points to 45. And finally, 79 minutes into the game, Crusaders, one last ditch. Finally, like, people start following through with line break. There was a nice little follow, like, nice little break down the sideline. A nice little pass between player Finn Haki passes in field to Drummond. Mitchell Drummond went in for the try. But yeah, like, finally they had a little follow through from a break. This was like 75 minutes in before Crusaders finally achieved that. So yeah, really disappointing. Let me know your thoughts. And do you think Rob Penny underestimated Moana Pasifika and underprepared this team for the game? So let me know your thoughts. And thanks for watching. Have a good one. Cheers.